Yo, what's going on, fellas? How are you doing on this great Tuesday morning? You guys off to a nice little start? You guys got your coffee? You got your breakfast? You ready to settle into some sports and some sports betting talk? Hell yeah! That's what I'm excited to do with you guys. Let's go ahead and make sure we go ahead and kick off with the recap from yesterday. Then let's talk some baseball. I kind of got the conversation started yesterday. We were talking about payoff pitch, what you can expect, kind of building up the excitement to the MLB season. Well, I've been digging into MLB, obviously, not the last 10 days, 14 days, really just digging into it and getting ready for the kickoff. So let's just kind of talk about a couple things today, and then I'll leave us a couple things that we can also kind of talk about tomorrow as then the show kicks off on Thursday. And then after that, let's go ahead and get in on some bets for Tuesday, see if we can continue making some money. So with that being said, let's go ahead and kick off with that recap where we earned the right to kick off our morning by ringing that cash register to the tune of plus 3.9 units. Absolutely love to see Monday starting off with a good 4-0 sweep and plus 3.9 units. It all started off in that Knicks-Rockets game where we told you guys to watch me out on Twitter. Probably going to add some plays last night, and that's exactly what we did. We were focused on Brunson and Grimes. Well, Brunson got ruled out due to injury, so it was Quigley and Grimes. And Quigley, hell, he cashed in the first quarter. Over 2.5 made three-pointers, went in the first quarter 3 for 5, and really had himself a big night going for 40 points. Quentin Grimes, he was a little bit more of a sweat, 0 for 2 in the first half, but then just turned it up there in the second half, going 4 for 6, and in the end giving us a sweat-free cash, as again, he ended with 4 3-pointers when we only needed 3. So love to see that right there, getting 2 cashes from that game. That's going to be a great angle, and one that we mentioned yesterday. You do not want to forget that angle when MLB starts. The Rockets cannot defend point guards or shooting guards from the beyond the arc. That's been treating us pretty good the last couple weeks, so love that continued last night. Then we also hit Jamal Murray over 6.5 attempts, and that game went exactly to the research. Told you guys you could have done the under on his points, under 20.5 points cash as he ended the game with 19 points. But what was the better angle? What was the better hit rate? And what was the plus money cash? That was over 6.5 assists, so we made the right decision. As the end of the game was 7. Knew it wasn't going to go crazy over, but thought going back home where NBA players perform better, that would help him get up over 6.5 assists, and that's exactly what happened. And then the night ended with Westbrook, under 15.5 points. Easy. I think this is going to be a similar play to Chris Paul when Durant gets injured. I bet we could play Russell Westbrook kind of, going forward. I mean, getting cashing a second straight game without Paul George. I actually had somebody comment on my Twitter thing yesterday saying Westbrook was going to drop a 30-burger. He was nowhere near a goddamn 30-burger, and I'm not sure what you're betting at. If you're not betting on stats and trends, if you think Westbrook could get a 30-burger last night, Bulls have been good at defending point guard position all season long. They've been steadily top 5 all season long. We've played that angle a plethora of times, and it's treating us really well. And Westbrook, easy cash, staying under 15.5 points. So love to see that right there. Happy for you guys. I'm just really excited to be able to help you guys out here lately and pput you guys some money in your pocket. So 4-0 and plus 3.9 units. As you listen to that cash register, go ahead and hit that like button if you're a part of those cashes. 4-0 and plus 3.9 units. Hit that like button. Let's jump in that comment section, see how Monday night treated you guys or how Tuesday morning is treating you guys. And then, again, let's rock and roll up on into the show. What's up, Saeed? Good morning, my man. Dude, this is a great comment. I don't know if you guys saw that. I don't know if you guys track your bets, closer to tip-off. Are you on the right side or the wrong side? We're on the wrong side, Saeed. You're exactly right. I saw it went to 17.5. I put a good amount of more money on it. Almost tweeted it out as a 2-unit play, but I was like, you know what? Like, I don't know why I didn't do it, but I didn't do it. But I went back in at 17 point. What the hell are people doing betting the over? You're betting the over because Paul George isn't there. But we're ignoring the fact that it cashed last game without Paul George, and we're ignoring the fact that the Bulls are a top 5 defense first point guards. Like, sometimes I don't get what the hell people are doing out here. But yeah, I thought that was comical, Saeed. I went back in for another unit. I'm not sure if you did or not, but yeah, I don't know what the hell people are doing driving that up. So lots of green on that recap. Love to see that, Degent. Love to see that, my man. Love to see it. It's the best sound in the morning, isn't it, Brian? Almost as good as a crack of a beer at 5 p.m. is the ring of the cash register at 9:30 a.m. So I like the cash register a little bit more than the crack of a beer. So beautiful sweep. Love to see that, Fish. Love to see it. Love to see it, my man. All right, let's talk a little baseball just because I think we are kind of I am full on ready, fellas. I've got several thing in my notes. I've got spots circled where we are ready to attack opening day of baseball. I had some guys reach out to me yesterday. I think they were a little concerned that we were just going to, blindly bet this shit on opening. We're not blindly betting this stuff. I'm well aware of what teams and players have been doing on spring training. So we're going to, of course, play angles that were good to us in 2022. But that being said, if they're not a good betting spot on opening day, we're not going back to the well just to force it. I'm aware of what happened in spring training or what's been happening, certainly building up to the start of this thing. And we're going to put our money in good betting spots. Don't be scared of that. But yeah, we'd be crazy not to go back to good angles that were treated us really well last season. But that being said, I just want to kind of alert you to a few things that happened in spring training that I think maybe you guys can take advantage of. And the first one here is kind of plays off of what Thad asked yesterday. And I don't know if Thad is out there listening live or maybe going to catch the replay later. But Thad, you were interested in the MLB futures. You could take a look at Corbin Carroll there of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Corbin Carroll, he's going to be their outfielder in left field this year. Corbin Carroll is, first of all, he's on the Diamondbacks, so don't let that scare you, because I like his stolen base angle, which stolen bases is not dependent on your teammates for, a whole lot, right? I don't need anybody driving me in, and I also don't need your bastards on base to get RBIs. This is just my ability. Can I get on base? And then what the hell do I do once I get on base? Well, in spring training, he had an on-base percentage of .500. Every other time, 50% of the time, this guy steps up to the plate, he's able to get himself on base. You love to see that right there. Now, a large bit of his on-base percentage is walks, which is fine, but I do want to just point that out. But the guy has a good plate discipline, can draw a lot of walks. Now, what is this guy going to do when he gets on base there, Thad? Well, how about 30.7 feet covered by second? 30.7 feet by second is what this guy can cover. That's the fastest in Major League Baseball. Nobody in Major League Baseball is faster than Corbin Carroll when they get their ass on base. He covers 30.7 feet per second. Thad, this is your guy. He's 15-1 to be the Major League leader in stolen bases. 15-1 over at DraftKings. Again, I don't have a future play, but hell, I've been thinking about a 15-1, putting some money on this before Thursday. And if I do, I'll make it an official play. Not an official play right now, but I think that's a fantastic. A couple things to keep in mind here. There's a new pickoff rule in baseball, which is going to be one of the things we'll cover on Payoff Pitch, because there are numerous changes that I think you guys need to be aware of, rule changes that are going to contribute baseball. One of them is a pickoff rule. You can only throw over to first base 2 times. You're seeing reports out of spring training that when a pitcher throws over twice, he's screwed, because now the guy can get a big-ass lead off because there's no threat of that pitcher thrown over to first base to hold you close to the bag. So guys are getting a big-ass lead. Okay, the fastest player in baseball with the big lead, I'll go ahead and take that. Now teams aren't going to throw over twice because they don't want to give him essentially a big lead. So you got to keep that in mind. Secondly, why this guy's going to have a nice season stolen bases is because bases are bigger this season. They go from 15 inches to 18 inches. The bases are bigger. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make the joke that you're thinking of right now. If you don't think 3 inches matters, go ask your significant other 3 inches matter. She'll tell you that 3 inches does matter. And we get a base that's now 3 inches bigger this season. That's going to contribute into more runs, safer calls, etc. The bases are bigger. So if you're looking for a future out there, Thad, or maybe anybody else, at 15-1 over on DraftKings, Corbin Carroll to be your base leader, stolen bag leader. Pretty goddamn good look. Pretty goddamn good look on a team that is projected to be bad. I don't give a shit what his teammates do. What do you do, Corbin Carroll? I think he's going to have a nice season. What about Anthony Rendon of the Angels? He's got the best batting average in spring training at .467. He's tied with Corey Seager. On-base percentage of .539. He's slugging .800. Whoa. Anthony Rendon, Ohtani, and Trout. This is what the Angels thought when they signed an Anthony Rendon, is they thought they were getting the player of the Nationals that had a good bat. He's been hampered by injuries. It looks like he's healthy. It looks like he's contributing. So watch out for the Angels and watch out for Rendon. What about Chris Bryant there of the Colorado Rockies? He's hitting .321 in spring training. On-base percentage of .441. He's slugging .679. Hampered by injuries last season. Looks like he's healthy and he's back. So a couple guys to keep an eye on there from a hitting perspective. From a pitching standpoint, let's just talk about Mitch Keller here for a second. We've got to talk about Mitch Keller. We're playing him on opening day. Again, are you going to do his walks, his hits, his strikeouts? What angle are you going to do with Mitch Keller? He's having a fantastic spring. He's got 20 strikeouts to only 1 walk and 15.2 2/3 innings pitched. Remember last season, we were kind of switching towards the end of the season of taking his overs on his strikeouts. It looks like he's gotten better so far this spring training. His fastball velocity is up to 96 miles per hour so far in spring training. He hasn't been hitting that last season. So a faster fastball, a better strikeout to walk ratio, a guy who already was improving. Remember, his ERA over his last 15 starts last year was 2.71. We had kind of already switched to taking his over in strikeouts last year. Watch out for Mitch Keller, maybe on opening day against the Reds, getting a lot of strikeouts. And also Nick Lodolo, and speaking to the Reds, this is your sneaky Cy Young candidate. Maybe this season's a touch too early for him, but whether it's next year or maybe the year after, this guy's going to win the Cy Young. His ERA this spring training has been 1.93, 19 Ks and 14 innings pitched. That's a 12.2 K per 9. This is a bona fide Cy Young guy. So look for Nick Lodolo over on his strikeouts. And his first opponent is against the Pirates, that are a bottom 5 team in spring training in terms of hitting. Not a big surprise. It is the Pittsburgh Pirates. We're going to be looking to take Nick Lodolo possibly on an outs prop or a strikeout prop, something. So there's a couple guys that maybe, can keep an eye on, that maybe can get the job done with the ball in their hand in terms of strikeouts and stuff. So, all right, let's save the rest of the conversation tomorrow. Let's start talking about teams that are hot or cold going into opening day to kind of set the table on what you can expect maybe from a bets perspective on Thursday. On the payoff pitch, we'll be live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Heard from a few of you on what we should do here at the Daily Show. I think the better thing to do is, instead of doing the Daily Show after payoff pitch, is to maybe just jump on at call it 10:40. I'll do the payoff pitch, and then I'm going to throw up a slate with some music and kind of just let that run until 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And then, we'll jump right on into the payoff pitch. I think we're going to go with doing it beforehand. It just seems to make more sense to do a recap and then roll out the days of bet. So that's how we'll roll right there. I'm fired up, as you can tell, for baseball. Again, I've got several spots earmarked for us on opening day. Nerfy spots already lined up for us. Nerf seed spots lined up. No run in the second inning. Yeah, we're going to have some goddamn fun on opening day. Not going to go crazy, though. I've only got, that being said, 4 spots circled plus 2 Nerfies. So only half a dozen bets, and maybe we put half a unit on each of them or something like that. But, boy, we've got some fantastic ones. No better angle than the Braves going up against Patrick Corbin. And while we're speaking of that, you know who's got the number 1 batting average in baseball in spring training? Braves, baby. Braves. I about popped my cherry last night when I saw that. Braves, number 1 batting average, going up against Patrick Corbin. Guy that they're his daddy. They own him. They're his daddy. God damn, fellas. Baseball's back, fellas. All right. Jump in this comment section. What you got here, Corey? Wonder if you'll be able to bet on how many pitch clock strikes per game. Yep, so you're alluding to, you got 15 seconds to throw the ball if no runners are on base. You have 20 seconds to throw the ball if there's a runner on base. It looks like in spring training, everybody's, knows the impact of not getting the ball to home plate fast enough. Looks like games are, humming along pretty decent from it. I actually am looking forward to watching a baseball game. That's always been the thing of you watch baseball, you kind of just throw it up on the TV while you're doing some other activity. I don't know how you can actually sit there and watch that shit. But now this year, the reports are the games are just humming right along. They're still taking about the same number of time. They haven't trimmed off the time because you're not seeing any defensive shifts, which are getting longer innings and more runs. But if you're getting more action in the same amount of time, that means more entertainment. I think baseball could be on a good thing here with that pitch clock and no defensive shifts, which, again, those defensive shifts, that's going to be more runs, higher batting average, pitchers not lasting as long. Big things we need to talk about, big rule changes, and you're right, the pitch clock is certainly going to be one of those. Nothing like getting a wiener joke on a Tuesday morning, right? Will you be live for the Nerfies? I will tell you, Brian. The first Nerfy live, fellas, will be Thursday at 3 p.m. Central Time. The Mets are taking on the Marlins. Scherzer, Alcantara. As long as the juice isn't ridiculously crazy, it's going to be crazy with Scherzer and Alcantara. Both of them neither one have given up a run so far in spring training. They've been good. We'll expand on the hitting stats from that, on Thursday. But, yeah, as long as the juice isn't crazy, that is the scheduled first Nerfy of the year. And we'll be hanging out live. It's 3 p.m. Central Time. So, yeah, before Daddy duties start. So we'll be doing that one live, Brian. Hopefully you can get that bet in. And I just gave you guys actually a bet that we're betting on Thursday. So if you see the Nerfy for Mets Marlins, if it's not too crazy on the juice, just go ahead and snag it up. Snag it up. All right, let's go ahead and get some bets in on today, though. There's only 2 bets, and I've already given out both of these already today on Twitter. Adebayo over 18.5 points at minus 125. They're going to go ahead and go up against the Raptors. He's averaging 19.4 points in the month of March. It's cashed in 3 of his last 5. He went up against Jakob Poeltl back in December. I'm well aware he was obviously a Spur then and not a Raptor, but it's still just in terms of maybe why the defensive philosophy may be different between San Antonio and Toronto. The head-to-head matchup is there between Poeltl and Adebayo. He went for 22 points up against Jakob Poeltl back in December. Raptors versus the center position in the last 30 days is 26.6 points, 62.7 field goal percentage, bottom 5 in the league. And remember, Jakob Poeltl, when he was a member of the Spurs, we played that angle of, yeah, you can't defend the center position. Like, it's Jakob Poeltl will take the opposing center to have a good night. We're going to go right back to that angle here. It's still Jakob Poeltl. He's still shit. They're atrocious numbers, bottom 5 in the NBA defending the center position. Adebayo's got success up against him. Go ahead and take Adebayo over 18.5 points at minus 125. And then the other one here is Wendell Carter Jr. of the Orlando Magic. Go ahead and take him over 13.5 points and over 7.5 rebounds. We are getting a reduction on his points as the real number is 15.5. But it was at minus 135, so I didn't want to go there. This guy should have a fantastic night, both rebounding and from a points perspective. Look, in the month of March, he's averaging 18.1 points. He's gotten 14 or more, which is what we need tonight in all but one game in March. He's averaging 9.1 rebounds in the month of March, going over 8 or more in 8 of the last 10 in the month of March. The Grizzlies, he went up against them in January. He got 18 points and 17 rebounds, so that wouldn't quite do us here. We would need one more rebound, but that was with Steven Adams when they were relatively good from a center position in terms of defending. But that was with Steven Adams, and he still got 18 and 7. We've kind of talked about the Grizzlies' struggles without Steven Adams from that center position. How about dead last in the NBA in the last 30 days, allowing 21.9 points, 63.7 field goal percentage, and 17.9 rebounds. The field goal percentage and the rebounds in the last 30 days is dead last in the NBA. We've kind of played this angle since Steven Adams has been out of attacking them from the center position. Wendell Carter Jr. should have himself a nice night. So take a same-game parlay teaser line, I guess is what it's called, of over 13.5 points, over 7.5 rebounds, minus 115 over at DraftKings. That's all I'm rolling with. I have no leans. I have nothing that I'm keeping an eye on, no over-unders, nothing else checked out other than these 2 fantastic plays. So that's all I'm interested in riding with today is Adebayo and Wendell Carter Jr. That's it. All right, Acuna home run on the first pitch. That's hilarious because obviously we all know the success against Corbin, but he's done that before, and I know you know that, DeGent. He has hit a home run on opening day, and I'm damn think he's done it on the first pitch. This is a guy that we know he comes out swinging. He don't mess around. He's got a lot of first pitch home runs. I like it, DeGent. I love the angle. I love it. I really do love it. You'll be waiting for the live hangout? Cool. Should be a good Nerfy. If I scroll up here, let me see. Let's scroll here a little bit. Alcantara, 4 starts, hasn't given up a run. Opponent's batting average is 154. His whip is 1, 3 Ks. Scherzer, 4 starts this spring, hasn't given up a run. They're batting 0.77 off of him with an 0.25 whip and 4 Ks. Everything you look for. The Marlins are 30th in the league of runs scored in the first inning. That's dead last. And Mets are 19th. So we're going to catch the Mets actually coming into spring training cold. Remember, Mets were great to us last year, especially crushing left-handed pitching. They were one of the better teams. We rode a ton last year against left-handers. They're coming into spring training scuffling. They're only hitting 19th in the bigs and their offensive numbers through spring training. So Mets and Marlins struggling in the first inning. 2 pitchers that have been dynamite clean all spring. And obviously in Alcantara, Scherzer, guys we like in general. Yeah, that's the first Nerfy of the season. I can't wait. I'll be there too, Brian. 3 p.m. Central, Thursday. First Nerfy of the year. Let's sweat out together. 6 outs to glory. If you guys got your Nerfy shirt yet, your 6 outs to glories, I'm going to do some free giveaways on that live hang too on Thursday. That was my plan. I'm probably going to give away half a dozen shirts on that live hang. So make sure you get there if you haven't picked up a Nerfy shirt yet and if you've been interested in one because you're part of the Nerfy Nation. Who the hell is part of Nerfy Nation? Damn right, I'm part of Nerfy Nation. All right. Well, if you're part of Nerfy Nation but haven't scooped up a shirt, maybe get your ass over to that Thursday broadcast, Nerfy Hang, and I'll give away half a dozen or so shirts. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have a great time. And we won't have to hear me bitch about a slow pitcher this year. How many times when we were on the live hang did we bitch about sweating a Nerfy? I'm already sweating my ass off because it's a Nerfy, and now I have to sweat even longer because there's a guy that's got the slowest delivery, the slowest, build up or whatever the hell. You ain't got to worry about that last year. You got 15 seconds to get that ball out, man. Can't wait for baseball. Love to see it right there. What platform will be live on? All the Nerfy hangs, all the Nerf C hangs, no run the second inning, are right here on YouTube, where I've got video animations, kind of I'd say the same thing as last year, but it's tweaked a touch. But yeah, much of the things we did last year from a graphic standpoint, I can pop it in if you haven't seen it. This is last year's. So this isn't quite the same, but so this is what it is. So we're hanging out here, and all of these are not lit up. And as we get outs, we get excited and we light up like there's a second out, there's a third out. I've got animation, I've got music, I've got fun stuff. And you won't be able to see the Nerfy, right? I've been banned on TikTok. I've been banned on YouTube. So you won't see the game, but I'll provide you play-by-play commentary. I got message. I thought I did a good job, but I got messaged by people saying I did a good job. So I even without seeing the game, I think you'll be more than in tuned and locked in and get a good visual of what the hell is going on. So yeah, then we just kind of roll through, and then obviously you get to number 6. And what do we do at number 6? You celebrate by dropping the damn bag of cash. And obviously I had made that bigger here, but yeah, then you get to drop the cash. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Good hit yesterday on the parlay of the NBA. Thanks, man. I didn't have a parlay, but maybe you took all my plays and parlayed it together, which if you did on a 4-0 day, you picked the right day to do a parlay, Adrian. Love to see that right there. You got to get a shirt, Sean. Sweet. Go get you a shirt. Go get you one. Or come Thursday. Like I said, I'll give away half a dozen or so. I love my Nerfy Nation shirt. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right. Well, I'll hopefully see you Thursday. And if you're not there Thursday on the season kickoff, it's going to be something I plan on doing kind of throughout the season. I love the Nerfy hangs, and like I said, love the Nerfy shirt. So, all right, fellas, that's it. Adebayo over 18.5 points. Wendell Carter Jr. over 13.5 points and 7.5 rebounds, -115. Only 2 plays. Will not be adding anything. What I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you guys another baseball bet we're betting. I'm going to give you guys another one. What the hell? We're going to get Tigers F5 team total at 1.5, right? You guys know we're getting Tigers F. I mean, we got it all last season at 1.5, and everybody remembers they were a top 10, top 5 left-handed hitting team all goddamn season long. Well, they're going up against Alcantara, cashed last season. Where is it? Where are the notes? Hold on. I got so much shit written down here. Hold on, fellas. Let me pull something up. Want to delete that. Want to scroll here. There we go. Detroit Tigers are third best team in hitting in spring training versus left-handers. They're hitting .303 and slugging .491. On base at .367. Only 62 strikeouts. It looks like that same success last season of them smashing left-handed pitching picked up right where it left off last year, hitting .303, third best in the major leagues. They're getting left-hander. Yeah, sign me up for a Tigers F5 team total over 1.5 against McClanahan. They'll keep the juice low because it'll be McClanahan. Yeah, you can sign me up for one of those. Glad I have MLB TV to watch the games. Yep, that's how I do it. I got me an MLB package several seasons ago, and well worth the price. That's what I'll be doing. Did you give away some Nerfy picks already? I mean, we don't know the juice attached to Mets Marlins, but it's going to be something that I'm looking to play. And like I said, we're looking to do the live hang for Mets Marlins. So, yeah, it's a pick, assuming good. The juice isn't crazy, but you know you're going to get a profit boost. So DraftKings will give you a profit boost on opening day. So if that's something we need to use the profit boost for to get the juice more in our favor, below -150, then that's what we'll use the profit boost on. But it's a great play. I mean, you got to play it. Where can we get the Nerfy shirts at? I'll Google it real quick and drop the link in the chat. Hold on. I will do that for you. Let me do it. Here we go. A couple of you guys got these from last year because I did the free giveaway last year. I'm going to just pop this up on the screen. So there it is. It's from Blear. Beecher Report is where you can get it. But there you go right there. Will a squirrel be on the live too? Good question. He'll be on payoff pitch. We're doing it together. So you'll certainly see him every day on the payoff pitch giving out whatever picks he wants to give out. Will he be on the Nerfy live? I don't know. I guess we could ask him, see if he wants to hang. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. Kind of stumbling against that. All right, guys. You guys want to know another angle? Because I'm so goddamn excited for baseball. I've been crunching numbers heavily like the last week, and kind of a math guy that I am, and the computer science guy that I am. Like I like crunching numbers. I'm so excited. Rockies F5 team total. You can sign that shit up. We're taking that. You guys remember the Rockies last season. You only wanted to play them, just like the Tigers. You wouldn't touch them against a right-handed pitcher. You'd only touch the Tigers against a left-handed pitcher. The Rockies were the same way. You wouldn't touch those goddamn Rockies versus a right-hander last year. You'd only touch them versus a left-hander. What are they in spring training versus left-handed pitching? They're number 2 in Major League Baseball, hitting .313, slugging .474, picked up right where they left off last year versus left-handers. They're going up against Blake Snell. You want to know how Blake Snell's been doing this spring training? Yeah, get a load of these numbers. Hold on. Where is your boy Chris Snell? Here he is. Or Chris Snell. Blake Snell. Hold on. There's a lot of guys, because as you can, and some of these stats you gotta take these with a touch of grain of salt, because they factor in guys that aren't even gonna be on the team at opening day, right? Spring trainings, however many guys they invite into camp, 40 or so, and they're all competing for jobs, and so some of these numbers, you got to take that. But it's a great sign that Tigers, Rockies, right back off to crushing left-handers. So anyways, Rockies are number 2 versus crushing left-handers. Blake Snell, you have pitched 16 innings this spring. You've given up 10 runs. You've given up 13 hits. You've given up 3 home runs. You've added in 6 walks. Now, he has his strikeout stuff like he does every year. He's striking out more than a batter per inning at 17 over 16 innings. But he's given up a ton of hits, he's given up a ton of runs, and he's going up against the Rockies that are number 2 in spring training versus left-handed pitching, which we know that was something that they were really stinking good at last year versus left-handed pitching. So those are a couple bets we're going to target on opening day. A couple of them. I don't want to give them all out now, but we're going to target that Nerfy and Mets Marlins. Tigers F5 team total over 1.5. And the Rockies, I don't care if it comes in at 1.5 or 2.5. If it comes in at 2.5, it'll be at plus money. And if it's at 1.5, which can't imagine it being, I bet we get 2.5 in plus money. Sign me up. All right, hope they have fat guy sizes. Oh, I'm sure you can get however many XLs are required. Corey, I think you'll be all right, but let's go Rockies. He got Chris Bryant doing better, so you like that. Are we going to do the Yerfy? We don't shy away from Yerfys. I don't have the animation and stuff in terms of doing a live hang, but yeah, I can already tell you a good one. That's going to be one. I'll tell you the best one of the day that I thought. I thought it was going to be the best Nerfy of the day, but then I started looking up the other side numbers. Luis Castillo is the one that makes this not so good of a Nerfy. We know Shane Bieber's on the mound, so if you need like a parlay piece, you can take the Marlins alone to not score. But this game is no longer Nerfy because of Luis Castillo. He has given up in 17 innings this spring training. He's getting rocked. 9 runs, 19 hits, 5 walks. That's just god-awful. And then you look at the Guardians, you say, okay, what do they do in the first inning? They were really good last year at the Yerfy, which is what Saeed's talking about. They're number 6 this year in spring training. They're the 6th best team of putting up runs in the first inning. That's a great Yerfy. Going up against Castillo, who's been dog shit this spring. And now you're going to go ahead and get the Garlands. And if you want to see what Castillo's done in the first inning, let's go ahead and look, because that's obviously what you care for that bet that you're proposing. Let's pull it up. Luis Castillo's gone 5 innings, so he's had 5 starts. How about 10 hits, 6 runs, 1 home run, and 1 walk? He's getting rocked in the first inning, and he's going up against the 6th best team. That's a good Yerfy spot. I think if that can come in at plus money, I think you could take a stab. More than take a stab at the Guardians to score in the first inning. So Philly is going to run it back this year. Maybe, Brian. Maybe. You think of Phillies Astros, little World Series? Astros are going to stumble coming out of the gate. Obviously, everybody knows Altuve broke his thumb in the World Baseball Classic. That's going to weaken that lineup substantially. So the Astros will probably stumble, and then they'll pick up, and they'll be in the playoffs. Altuve's, just going to be out for a couple months, I think. So, but they'll stumble coming out. That's their table setter. They're going to struggle. So Philly's going to run it back. Could run it back. If you want to know who are the top 6 teams, obviously I looked it up for the Guardians. If you want to know who's better than the Guardians in scoring the first inning, you look at the Royals on Thursday to score. They're the best team in the spring training and scoring in the first inning. Diamondbacks are number 2. Diamondbacks put up the second most runs in spring training in the first inning. Yankees were 3rd. Angels were 4th. Phillies were 5. And your Guardians were 6. If you want to look at who's not going to score in the first inning, who's just god-awful, your Marlins are 30th. Giants are 26th. And Mets are 19th. You can obviously tell which kind of teams I'm focused on. Garrett Cole going up against the Giants. The Giants are ranked 26th. Going to be targeting the Giants against Garrett Cole. You like the Cardinals this year to get to the World Series. You like the Cardinals. God, that gets me excited. You know how good the Cardinals were to us last year versus right-handed and left-handed pitching. We could play them a ton. Just whenever they were hot, which is more times than not, I didn't give a shit if it was left-hander or right-handers. We went ahead and backed the Cardinals. So, yeah, we know their offense is going to be there. Adam Wainwright starts the season on the DL. That's going to hurt their rotation a little bit, but their offense alone can carry that team, and we know that from betting alone. All right, fellas, I'm going to go ahead and end it right there. Obviously, you can tell I'm getting super excited for the kickoff of the baseball, and I'm just getting excited. So let's go ahead and end this right there. Let's go ahead and redo the recap of the bets again. It's Adebayo over 18.5 points. Wendell Carter Jr. over 13.5 points and 7.5 rebounds. Lock those in. Let's stay hot this week as we build up to the start of baseball. Go enjoy your Tuesday. Come on back tomorrow. Have a good one, fellas. Thank you guys for a good show.